Hi, my name is Jeffrey from Testrite. Testrite is a 103-year-old American manufacturer. Today we're going to talk about screw-together tubing. Screw-together tubing is just one way of attaching two or more tubes together. We do have alternatives. What's nice about screw-together tubing, it's efficient from a cost perspective, it's strong, and it's simple. For these reasons, many people choose screw-together tubing for their assemblies. At Testrite, we can manufacture screw-together tubing assemblies from 5/16 inch diameter, which is quite small, all the way up to 1.5 inch diameter. We can manufacture screw-together assemblies in aluminum or steel tubing depending on what you need for your application. Now there are two ways that we make screw-together tubes that are most popular. One is press-fit connectors, both in male and female. The biggest benefit of these connectors is they are relatively inexpensive. The downside is if you have enough force in your application, it is possible for them to be dislodged, and it's also possible that they don't always line up perfectly one against the other. The other popular option is an aluminum solid bushing. Now with the solid aluminum bushing, what you have is a solid piece of aluminum we manufacture in-house to fit perfectly inside of our tubing. You can pick nearly any thread size you want, and we secure the bushing with steel pins. The benefit of this is you can have a very strong connection and they're going to mate up beautifully together. The trade-off is it is a bit more expensive. Now we'd like to share a few examples of screw-together tubing. This is our trapeze bar. Our larger sizes use our 1 1/4 inch aluminum tubing. They leverage our solid aluminum bushing construction, and they include eye bolts on the top bar. What's neat about the solid bushing connection is we can ensure that the eye bolts are all along the same plane, whether your bar is 8 foot long, 20 foot long, or longer. At Testrite, we're expert in the manufacture of telescopic tubing, in addition to screw-together tubing. Now this is an example that leverages both our telescopic aluminum tubing, as well as a screw-together tube using our press-fit connector. So it is possible to have a telescopic tube and then also have pieces joined together with a screw-together connection. It really just depends on what you're trying to accomplish in your application. Here's an example of a customer who wanted a larger thread size for their application. It's quite a chunky thread, male steel on one side, female aluminum on the other. Again, this utilizes our aluminum bushing, which can be made for nearly any thread. What's beautiful about this particular thread size for their application is they found that they can continue adding sections going taller and taller while still meeting the performance requirements for their use case. It's very important whenever you buy from Testrite, make sure that the tubing performs to your needs in the environment where it will be used. Ultimately, it's your call to know what your application requires. Now here's an example of something you should not do. Do not do this, do not do this, do not do this. We do not warranty for this, we do not manufacture for this. But you can see just how strong the connection is on this particular pole. In addition to screw-together tubes, we can also manufacture steel bases made to order. Now this is an example of a 1 inch aluminum screw-together tube with a press-fit connection. We put a hole on the end of the tube to mate up with our 12-inch square, 1/8 inch thick steel base. Now in this particular case, we use one screw from the side to secure to a base bushing. We can also manufacture bases with male threads welded directly into the base, or a spring button, or a screw coming up from below. We can manufacture steel bases in a variety of shapes and sizes. Certain applications call for steel tubing instead of aluminum. In those applications, we're also happy to manufacture screw-together assemblies. This is a 1 inch screw-together assembly manufactured out of steel tubing, and this utilizes our solid aluminum bushing. So you have the strength of the steel tubing along with the strength and precision of our aluminum bushing assembly. Certain combinations of tube size and thread size allow us to thread the inside of the tube itself. In this particular case, a 5/16 inch tube, we can thread directly for a 1/4 20 thread, allowing for a very strong and very price-efficient assembly. Now, in addition to manufacturing individual screw-together tubes, we can manufacture entire assemblies that are screwed together. This is an aluminum tubing assembly that screws together with solid bushings for strength and durability. As you can see on the bottom, we have steel stakes manufactured in-house that are designed to screw into the aluminum bushings in the bottom of the tube for easy installation into the ground. And we pair this with our in-house plastic molded corners. If you need a screw-together tubing assembly in quantity, please reach out to us at Testrite. If your application does not allow for an internal thread, at Testrite we also have the capability of manufacturing a coupler connection. What do I mean by that? Well, we can put an external thread on each of the two tubes, and we can make a custom coupler to mate with those threads so that you can screw the assembly together while leaving the entirety of the ID of the tube open for your application. Here's a neat example of how screw-together tubing assemblies can be used. This is an aluminum tubing assembly that we weld in-house. We put a male thread with a press-fit connection in the bottom, and then this assembly screws onto a telescopic tube that we also manufacture. So you have an asymmetric aluminum tubing assembly that screws together. Here's another neat example. This is a telescopic aluminum tube, uses a steel spring button for adjustment, and in this particular case, the screw together is on the end. So this is an aluminum thread that's adjustable with an aluminum puck that we manufacture in-house. So when we say screw together assemblies, there are a lot of different ways we can construct screw together assemblies. If you have quantity, please reach out to us. Thank you very much for watching. If you're looking for 25 or more screw together assemblies out of aluminum or steel, please reach out to us at www.testriteoem.com. Click Request Fast Quotation and let us know what you're looking for so we can see if we're able to help. On behalf of our 4th generation American manufacturer, we say thank you for watching.